Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested?
To Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmith, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numismatics of the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numismatics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago, while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetition is one of them. I've also been called redundant several times. I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2. Then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant. Side note, I am frequently asked why isn't 1 a prime number since nothing can divide it up from itself? And the answer is simple to you city lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number.
Between you and me, I've always felt the same. What good are words if they're not accompanied by action?
You know, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but there's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan, and you're clearly up to something. She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth. Excellent question. I've been wondering the same thing. Well, do I have to shoot up the place? Or will you come clean immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the CAF integration point, perhaps?
Senior tenured laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School.
Okay. Oh, that's doing okay. I can just take it. This is behind? Are you serious? Oh. Just take it. We're still in public.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I? I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, They're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply. Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder. One could make that argument, and obviously have. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance. Took you long enough to ask. I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested? So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor. All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it Perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? One more thing before you leave. Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
Oh, do I have to pay for this crap? How much money do I have? X. Jesus Christ. I thought that was open. Better go lock.
What a lamentable state of affairs. I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky. Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light. I knew you had a knowledgeable look about you. That would be wonderful. Thank you, dear. There's a panel just here. I will supervise from a respectable distance, but know that I am with you in theory, like the architect's
shit.
own guiding hand.
Well, where's the panel? I only got like level 7. Shit.
How can that be? Irrationality.
Yeah, I don't have level 7, so yeah. Hang on back. Steal some crap. What's up here?
On a scale of 1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your exact satisfaction to the nearest 10th integer.
100? Certainly. That's the right answer, isn't it? I can show my math if you need. I'd really love to stay.
Determining the remainder of your stay in Laplace's garden is not the purpose of this survey, but your unprompted insecurity has been noted.
Okay, well, let me talk to you about. I don't know what board game that is. Steal some crap. Sell it. There's nothing here to steal. Great. That. Oh, it's a vending machine.
I can tell we have little crossover of interests.
Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye.
Ugh.
Apologies, but no target, no attack.
No, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Intellectually stimulating episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry. We contemplate the colossal.
You appear to present a low probability of risk. Please don't invalidate my calculation.
Smart researchers patronize the Scientician Surplus. No more than what you need.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be directed to me. Please peruse with discernment.
Ugh, what is that? Never seen that before. I don't have any money, so I could sell some crap. Oops. He's got a bunch of stuff. Hang on. I went to. We could sell some stuff.
Logic assemblies, data manifolds, quantifiers, re-quantifiers.
I know. Okay. Oh, wow. What about this guy? Damn it, will you get out of my way? People. How do you get the water? What? I was
or
just...
multifactorial disorder.
God damn it. Well, I'm not walking in there again. Great. Let's go up there. Can I
Please don't
breathe?
take me on a co-tangent.
I have no idea what that is. Just stuck me. We have to go up the stairs. I just wanted to check out every room.
Agent, over here.
No, I'm busy right now.
Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that requires very little computation.
Nope.
Assist your feet. Say, I observed that.
God damn it. You stop picking up stuff? What do you think this is, Fortnite? Jesus Christ. Ugh. Stop picking up stuff. Why I can stop?
Every day treating the same. The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear.
I will.
That is best answered through observation. Here, have a look.
You got something to say? Okay, it was open, so like, no. Like, is he walk out? Those files. How the fuck did you get in there? In here? There's still somewhere. Hang on. We'll go over here. Okay, can you stop? Ugh. Okay.
Did you know around 1,000 species of bacteria live on human skin? A fascinating,
I actually
if
did.
not relevant, bit of trivia. Wouldn't you agree?
I should freak my friend out when they first.
And prodding me was intended to elicit what result, exactly? At any rate, I am quite conscious, really waiting. I have no idea Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates. None taken. But now I've forgotten to introduce myself properly, haven't I? Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand? But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance? Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings. Oh no, I couldn't possibly ask you to endanger yourself by seeking out these logs. Cloister is rather treacherous, and some of the chapels are difficult to reach by design. However, if you happened upon these chapels and recovered these logs, I would most certainly be interested in their contents. By my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. You have that? 4. No more, no less. Each chapel should have at least one somewhere inside. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. How do you know about that? I mean, that is quite the allegation. I deny it effusively. First, answer me this. What is your interest in this matter? As much as I relish the idea of entrusting a stranger with sensitive and potentially incendiary information, I shall have to decline further comment. Perhaps if you were to help me out with recovering those logs I asked for, I could be more amenable to sharing knowledge. But let's put a pin in that for now, shall we? If there's nothing else, I would like to return to my deep breathing exercises. Oh yes, I'm aware. Better to know the spy in our midst than receive a replacement more capable of evading notice. Besides, Miss Doyle's harmless, and she serves the best convictions at the parlor, bar none. Has she now? Little ahead of schedule. No matter. You should do as she asks. Get her that sample. This is an unparalleled opportunity to see the shape of Sub Rosa's web. We only need plant the right fly. After collecting the sample, mix it with this liquid tracer. It'll make the drug functionally inert and allow us to track it wherever it shows up next. Not as such. Not at the moment. However, let me put it this way. Any potential for interference above null is worth keeping an eye on. I did not become the Oracle Laureate by getting caught with my pencil down. Here, take this key. It will grant you access to water reconditioning, which you can find on the eastern side of the garden. You will also need this passcode for the terminal inside.
Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving.
Okay, let's go with this one. It's down here. Nothing. Kidding me. Why would they have a big tunnel?
The plan is always in motion, so move along.
You shut the door behind you, you bitch. Great.
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here. If only the Order administrants got their act together.
I hope you have good news for me. I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised. Aw, wondering if you'll ever see me again? Precious. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well? In what manner can I assist you? And how did she receive it? Indeed you are. A specimen of superb subterfuge. Pity the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection was shut down years ago. You'd have been a natural candidate.
please. They'd never make it past the initial evaluation. The 48-hour concurrent theoretical debate / mathalon / obstacle course / marksmanship challenge weeds out most.
Always did find that evaluation a little immoderate. You made the right choice cooperating with the Order in this matter. Please accept this primer. It's a concoction of my own design. I foresee it being of great value to you. Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well. In what manner can I assist you?
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here, if only the Order administrants got their act together.
Saving the delegates from DeVries took considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts. Do you now? Let's hear it. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. I see you're not going to let this lie, are you? Fine. Suppose I'll elaborate. Slightly. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low for a time, but observe. So I'd believed. Our department was shuttered shortly after Ruth Pissar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding. To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. May all our endeavors yield expected results.
I hope you have good news for me. I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised. Aw, wondering if you'll ever see me again? Precious. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well. In what manner can I assist you? Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is rather well entrenched at present, and nothing short of an all-out siege is likely to dislodge them. If you're determined, I recommend consulting with the presiding bishop on the matter. She can tell you more.
Agent, over here. Well, this is a welcome confluence of events. Why, without you, Gertie and I wouldn't be alive. And any hope of peace between the Order and Auntie's choice would be over. Shame about all the disorder. The negotiations had not been going as smoothly as I'd hoped, it's true, but we were making progress. While making our escape, we encountered one of the renegades of my order, wounded and dying. He sought to unburden himself, now convinced Wiley's calculations were wrong. He told us all about that terrible DeVries woman's plan, and theorized you must have stopped her. Well, I think that's what he said. There was quite a lot of gurgling. You have mine and Gertie's utmost gratitude for intervening. Had she succeeded in assassinating us, it would have terminated any hope for peace. Officially, not at present. Gertie and I have kept up communication through back channels in the hope that the discussions can be reconvened in due time. It is my earnest belief that this is the optimal course to chart for the Order, and for Arcadia, though we could certainly use assistance from an outside force like yourself. To begin, I believe you would need to put forth efforts in good faith with each of the two groups. Earning the trust of both sides is essential. Once you've worked your way up to meeting our respective leaders, you must convince them to consider joining forces.
Yeah, I'm freezing.
Oh, really? Perhaps the challenge rating is far less than I've hitherto calculated. Well, obviously you'll likely have to act as an intermediary between Ruth and Auntie, which will require some verbal finesse. But let's worry about that step upon reaching it. Transplendent. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I can let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
A visitor? It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. I'm glad we're in accord. The presiding bishop's leadership allows the Order to act in Arcadia's best interest. Without her, we would be nothing. The corporate invaders will suck Arcadia of its resources and cast it to the wind. And the Protectorate are no better than machines. Moreover, once we solve the universal equation, it will benefit all of humanity. You, me, everyone. No more suffering, no more doubt. Well, I hope you'll see in time. There is a task of pivotal importance to the Order, but I cannot entrust it with just any come-by-chance outsider. As head of the Order's exemplars, it's my responsibility to assess whose aims upon Ruth may be malicious. Prove yourself to me first, then we may discuss the rest. That would be because I am. 3 years ago, I was 5th in succession as Artificer Laureate. Then Auntie's choice invaded. I leave the inference as to what transpired to you, but I believe I was chosen to make the difficult decisions and to remove the hurdles from the Order's path to enlightenment. In fact, one such hurdle is at the forefront of my mind. Cultists have come to infest Newton, an important Order heritage site. I have wanted them gone for months. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
We should collect Aza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her inside knowledge of the cult.
Say, I observed that.
Damn it.
Say, I observed that. Stop! Fleeing across... Internal records classify you, a figure of ill repute, and with a significant backlog of fines.
Allow me, child. I have a familiarity with Order procedures. Such an unproductive misuse of time. I request we dispense with this matter in the interests of the equation and all who serve it.
But Yes, quite right. The equation must take precedence. All charges shall hereby be purged from you and your companion's permanent record to avoid further distraction.
Glad my decades wasted outwitting petty bureaucrats weren't utterly in vain. But let's not overplay that option.
Next time you want to use a terminal, ask. I'll say no, but it's the principle.
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission.
Try to limit further damage, Commander.
Don't let my appearance fool you, Commander. I'm quite capable in combat. These goggles of mine do more than keep tabs on our blind angles.
Indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite.
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would?
No.
Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. You asked before, and I did not mention it, but with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our greatest suspect in the Supreme Arbiter's murder is the Protectorate's consul. Our mentor always disdained him thoroughly, and he our mentor. If anyone would have had reason to slay her, it would have been him. But we have needed evidence. Evidence that I believe Virgil now possesses. It was actually his suggestion we divide and conquer. As our operational philosophies differ ever so slightly, this seemed a good plan. Virgil often prefers to watch rather than act, and was often lenient with sentencing where I was not. This behavior was often criticized by the Supreme Arbiter, but there have been occasional rare instances where treating a subject with mercy ultimately resulted in better behavior. It is a novel, albeit strange, philosophy. Very good. I hope we shall see him at your earliest convenience. I feel this shall most certainly set our investigation into motion.
There's anything worse than my former fellow Protectorate subjects, it's corporate toadies. Such as? Nothing of much worth to tell there. I'd rather hear your story.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those
No,
eyes
I
open,
won't. It's
soldiers.
fast travel.
Cordial thrust by command.
Fast travel.
personalized order prediction yet. I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to... This is the first one I've received since deployment.
Honestly, the ones you get in the field are lifesavers. I would have been dead 3 times over.
Use caution as you progress. And there's been more time response.
Standing by to simplify. Energy is up for grabs. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Mission requires them. It appears we've dealt with all of them. Oh, that was a close one.
Please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100, with 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is far too much variability in that scale. The amount of pain I can...
I didn't even know they were soldiers. What the fuck are they doing?
please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100. 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is far too much variability in that scale. The amount of pain I can imagine is hardly an objective measure of the maximum amount of pain I could actually feel.
Your observation is correct, which is a diagnostic in its own right. Now, if you were to indicate, using a scale of 0.4 to 12.7, how close you are to going into shock?
Sadly, that scale is entirely beyond my current comprehension, thus leading me to believe I'm already in shock, and the question itself was the actual test.
Excellent. Our You okay? Seem off by a few decimal points.
Do you see these magnificent weapons? They have the greatest destructive potential the Protectorate can bring to bear. Tell me then, why should they not have been installed here?
Not an issue of ammunition or targeting calculation capacity. Is it because of the low ambient temperature on Cloister?
Very astute. The ambient temperature is indeed below a critical threshold at all times, yet the Protectorate ignored our warnings repeatedly.
Instances like this, are they reason for the Great Schism?
Correct. At every turn we tried to guide them with logic and reason, but they could not see past their own hubris. Thank the Architect we are no longer exposed to such. Not in the mood for a random interaction.
Hello, layperson.
Really were squandering our goodwill. Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that
Please
requires
keep your
very
behavior
little
within acceptable
computation.
parameters.
Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye.
That's not your property. Stop! Internal records classify you, a figure of ill repute, and with a significant backlog of fines. On behalf of all aggrieved parties, the Order demands immediate restitution.
Another object, just gone. Nothing should.
Excuse me, I don't think you have the authorization. It's fine, but don't get too close. You won't survive direct contact with the rift.
Salutations. We've been doing our utmost to find ways to manipulate this rift or extract data from it. Unfortunately, our efforts have been ineffective thus far. I suppose it's too much to hope for, but would you, perchance, happen to have any practical experience with or mathematical understanding of the rift phenomena?
What are you gonna do? Okay, does nothing. Okay, just don't jump into it. Craft
me. I don't think you have the It's...
Salutations. We've been... I suppose it's too much to hope.
Captain, I fear I have a confession to make. I have found being present on Cloister underwhelming.
Really? What part about the situation is underwhelming? The corporate invaders killing our scientists en masse? The Protectorate subjects raising our research? I sincerely hope you're not about to tell me it's the weather.
What? No, I lost my thread of thought. You have a very non-scholarly look about you. And how did you sleep?
Decidedly horrible. If it was any colder, I'd be dead. And those Protectorate loudspeakers playing all night remind me of the pre-schism days.
I've been hearing them in my dreams.
Door. Distance up, hello. Shut the door while I'm trying to steal stuff. Which way? Everywhere. You want me to come in?
Sir, the extra food drop has landed somewhere
Don't
off
cause
target
trouble.
over in order territory.
Exactly where I wanted it. They act all high and mighty, but I give them 30 minutes before they cave and try it. New customers, love wine and sinker.
Hey, you there. Got a minute? Hey, you there. I got a job that needs doing if you've got the time. It pays, of course. I need help finding some lost supplies. Of course. Wouldn't trust someone who takes a job without knowing about it first. It's like this. The dullards in orbit dropped a slew of pods in the wrong place. One of them has a critical crate of supplies in it. Find it and bring it back. Real simple, see? Job's a simple one. Can't rightly figure what else needs jawing about. Missing parts for Auntie's Choice of standard infantry boots, sizes 6 to 14. Missing parts for Auntie's Choice of standard infantry boots, sizes... They botched it and dropped a whole mess of them, but I only need you to lay hands on the one. Don't stress your brain pan over it, friend. Wouldn't go messing around with them if I was you anyhow. Leave them be.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Damn it. think I was over here.
In hopes of rekindling hostilities between us, but we were much too
crap. Great.
Another way across, perhaps? One that doesn't end in our untimely demise?
Sorry.
Standing by to stupefy. Hey, I'm not your enemy. Throwing energy your way. Resorting to violence.
Oh, I forgot about that. Damn it. We get bond the bubble shield. Oh,
that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Yeah.
I tell you. Shit. Geschaltet.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your inevitable acquisition and/or merger.
Welcome, big spender.
I'm open to ideas. What would you expect that they've done with the archive?
Clearly, they've added more automechs and turrets. I think they have more soldiers. Apparently, they know how to use the archive better than we do.
I would hate to fire through that.
Trust me, it is.
Sensing.
You're lucky for patience, Swords. Always leave. Stop it, Auntie's name. Auntie's been looking for you, criminal. Pay what you owe, or your reckless behavior ends here. I'm listening. Funny you should say that. I've been entertaining a theory this was a mere misunderstanding, and you were a trustworthy sort. Pleases me to see I had the right of it.
Torpificator is charged.
Oops.
The scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night. They give me the creeps.
I would rather have them scavenging than attacking us. So long as they stay over there, I say it's live and let them.
But that wreckage isn't going to hold their interest forever.
Choice, don't look. My records show you have an outstanding fine for past offenses. Pay up or face Auntie's justice. Everything seems to be in order. Carry on.
I ain't no issue in here. Come on. Ugh. Go up there.
Torpificator at ready status. Proceeding to attack. capacitor deployed. Free energy within reach.
No risk. To cover.
Friendly company.
Launching my firearm.
Weapon pride.
Eat a vital cone. Minimize.
Going out. Boy,
Stun weapon. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Resorting to...
Target reacquired. Refilling my weapon. We'll pull them down.
Go for torpification. Commander, throwing energy. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
needs to die?
Besides all of them.
Investigating hostile intentions. Standing by, Mr. Bullseye. Don't become a statistic, Commander. Mobilizing. Suffered extensive damage, Commander. While it's energized. Not getting past that alive. DeVries mentioned a rift modulator on Praetor. Might be time to fetch.
Commander, Glorious Dawn members up ahead. Shouldn't be a problem. They're my people, unlike the traitorous scum in Golden Ridge.
This may be ill-advised, as Azza is reliably capricious and dependably untrustworthy.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story. There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that you should let me do the talking when it comes to interacting with them. Those traitors in Golden Ridge notwithstanding, I'm loved and revered by members of the Dawn.
Cultists can often be uniquely resistant to questioning, let's say. And historically, Azza has proven herself to be mercurial at best. Downright treacherous when it suits her.
Don't listen to the naysayers, Commander. My vision and understanding is often incomprehensible to more pedestrian viewpoints.
Ratcheting up my
The traitor is here! Attack!
You ignorant fools! I'm
Weapon ready, Commander.
The traitor is here!
You ignorant fools! I'm almost sorry I have to kill you! Almost!
Fuck. Up your head up. Okay, she's gonna go crazy.
Try to limit further damage, Commander.
preservation a priority.
Nope. Okay, that's not good. Ugh.
You've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Standing by to stupefy.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Really?
Fortificator at ready status. Mobilizing. Oh,
Actually, I can probably just
Either restore my life or avenge.
Energy capacity fortificator.
To die.
Why are we beset by void-damned traitors everywhere? Has everyone gone mad but me? If you weren't ignorant of our ways, you'd know that is a ridiculous thought. They hold no one in higher regard than me, save the exalted leader herself. Such as? Nothing of much worth to tell there. I'd rather hear your story.
Those guys are killed. there was more.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be hooked up. Not sure. Serious?
That's a Glorious Dawn comms device. The cells use them to communicate with one another.
Yeah, the skill point thing is making me mad. So, oops. Oh. actually say where I'm supposed to go.
You bring a cultist into my presence? I hope this isn't a sign you've lost your nerve. Or are you planning on removing the cultists from Newton one at a time, like this one here? I was expecting different results.
Well, then it seems today is your lucky day. The Dawn and Newton have been dealt with. By us. Care to hear all the bloody particulars? Come on, Commander. You never let me talk about Viscera.
You saw a problem and followed your own methods to solve it. I can admire that. Here's something for your trouble. If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reasons something predicted has come to pass. One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion Web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. The Web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be Protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a back door in the Web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain Protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the Protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise. I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion Web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public. Sub Rosa, here? If that's true, it is especially troublesome. The Order has enough problems without dealing with those brigands. Though it chagrins me to be unable to help, you should speak with Laureate Beckett. Delicate matters such as this are more his purview than my own. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my work. I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation, but perhaps this will be illuminating in some fashion. I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant.
Where's our ship?
contrasted to the ordered future.
Turn your lamps on that building over there. Reckon that's where we'll be able to get our hands on the Rift modulator.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely...